This podcast is brought to you by Enlightening Learners Academic Coaching and Tutoring Services. In this presentation, we're going to learn how to solve system equations by using the substitution method. Some questions that you're going to need to answer by the end of this section. Question number 1, when is the substitution method used? Question number 2, how do you determine which variable to replace? And finally, after the first variable is replaced and a value is found, what's the next step? Substitution method is used when we have a value such as x equals 4 by itself. We are simply going to replace. It tells us that x is 4. So we can take this value and plug it into the x in the first equation. So we have y equals 2x minus 3, and we're going to replace the x with the 4 and solve for y. 8 minus 3 equals 5, so y equals 5. We already know that x equals 4 because that's what they told us. So my solution is x comma y, which in this case is 4 comma 5. Now, if we wanted to prove this, we've got our equation x equals 4, which is a vertical line going through the x at positive 4, and we have our equation y equals 2x minus 3. It crosses the y at negative 3. The line goes up 2 to the right 1, and that pattern continues until we find this solution. Well, if we look, our x is 4, and our y is 5. Try it again with a little bit more difficult problem. We have an equation 2x minus 4y equals 2 and y equals x minus 4. I want to look for the easiest equation to replace. In this case, I'm going to replace the y, because y is by itself. We're going to use x minus 4, and we're going to substitute it for that y. 2x minus 4y equals 2. 2x minus 4, and in this case I'm going to use my parentheses. In this place of y, I'm going to use x minus 4 equals 2. 2x, we have to use our distributive property. 4 times x is 4x. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16, and it equals 2. I can combine like terms to get a negative 2x plus 16 equals 2. I'm going to then use my additive property to subtract 16 to both sides. Equals negative 14. To solve for x, I divide both sides by negative 2. And x equals negative 7. That's the first part of my equation. I then have to replace my value of x with a negative 7. I want to pick the easiest equation to manipulate. In this case, I'm going to use this equation, y equals x minus 4, to solve for y. I'm going to take the value of x and I'm going to replace it with a negative 7 minus 4. Negative 7 minus 4 is negative 11. My solution is negative 7